Hey everybody, it's Christy and I'm back on the Ramsey Ranch kitchen where today we are going to be a little bit of a highfalutin hillbilly and we are going to make a BBLT sandwich. And you ask me, what is that? A BBLT sandwich has your wonderful Bentons Hickory Smoked Sow Belly. That's bacon for those of you who don't know what sow belly is. We've got some sizzling Tennessee tube steak on there. Tube steak? What in the world is tube steak? Tube steak is bologna, y'all. My bologna has a first name. We've got vine-ripened tomatoes, redder than a rooster crowing on sunrise. We've got lettuce and cheese, and we've got homemade rolls, y'all, from a dear sweet family member who makes amazing bread. So you're not going to want to miss this highfalutin BBLT sandwich. Come along with us. Let's rustle up some grub.
Oh, it's a simple living in the hills of Tennessee. But Brooks and Christy say that's the life for me.
Let's take a gander at what we're going to need for these highfalutin BBLTs. We've got some Bentons Hickory Smoked thick sliced sow belly bacon. We've got a couple of slices of some thick Tennessee tube steak. We've got some cheese. We've got some red tomatoes, some lettuce, and those beautiful rolls, and some mayonnaise too. Right here I'm turning on our deluxe air fryer and oven, and we're going to do an air fry at 400 degrees, and it's going to preheat while we get our sow belly, our Bentons thick cut bacon, ready for the air fryer. There's the nice little package there. I'm just going to cut it open and get that bacon out, and I'm going to show you a neat little trick about how I fit more bacon on a tray when I'm air frying it. So I just grabbed me a slice of this here sow belly, and you can see there that it is the thicker cut hickory smoked bacon, but I'm going to lay it on the tray flat. But then I realized, you know what, I need to fit at least 6 slices of bacon on this tray. It's a 12-inch tray that goes in the air fryer. I'm going to twist it like a curlicue pigtail, and that is going to make that bacon stretch further onto that tray, and I can get all 6 thick slices of bacon on to the air fryer tray. And as you can see there is the screen on top of the black drip tray, and that is going to make it so that this bacon cooks uniform, and all that wonderful golden bacon grease goes down into that pan. And we do save our Bentons bacon grease, because that, my friends, is gold. Our air fryer is ready. You hear the beep and the little screen says it's time to add the food. So I'm going to take my 6 slices of curlicue sow belly, and I'm going to slide them in. First I'm going to take that drip tray and slide it in along the bottom, and then the air fryer tray goes right in there, and we're going to close up that bottom oven and press start. Of course, what would a BBLT sandwich be without the T, which is for tomato? And this is a garden-grown Cherokee purple tomato. This is what we called our ugly tomato, or our mummy tomato. It was actually the result of a super bloom on the plant, and it just kind of turned out kind of ugly, but man, it is not ugly now because we are fixing to eat it. And we've also got some leaf lettuce that we're going to just take off a couple of the leaves for our sandwich, and well, then we'll have the L and the T of the BBLT.
So here's to Bentons from our heart, it's true. A taste of the Smokies, but you can have it too.
It's time to fry up some of that Tennessee tube steak, or otherwise known as bologna. I've got my 4.5 quart Pampered Chef stainless steel pan here. This is a brand new pan, just released in August from Pampered Chef, and I am loving learning to use it. What you see here is the pan has been preheated, and I added some water, and how that water droplets beaded up, that is telling you that that pan is ready to roll. I'm going to use some of my beef tallow spray, because the key to cooking with stainless steel is your oil. You're going to have to use a good quality oil to cook. And now I'm going to go ahead and add my Tennessee tube steak right to that pan. But you see I'm making a little slit there? That's so it don't bubble up in the middle like a tent. So that's the keys to make your bologna not get that little dome in the middle. And we're just going to sear that on each side for a minute or so, and then we're going to flip it. At this point, I do turn my heat down to about a 4 or a 5 on my electric range here. You don't want to continue cooking on high heat on a stainless steel pan, but you want to preheat the pan at a high heat and then turn it down. So in a second here, we are just going to flip these pretty little Tennessee tube steaks over so that they see that dome is there, but it isn't going to rise very high because I cut that slit. So I let this cook for about 2 minutes on this side, and I'm going to take my cute little piggy tail turner, and it's going to be time to flip it. And you're going to see that it barely stuck at all, because once the food is done, it will turn easily. So that's kind of another key with cooking with stainless steel, is if it's done, it will turn over relatively easily because it releases from that pan. Oh, and there is some good brown goodness on those Tennessee tube steaks. So we're going to just let this cook for maybe 1 more minute. You don't need to do the other side quite so long, because you got that pretty little sear on the bologna or Tennessee tube steak. And just like that, a minute later, our Tennessee tube steak bologna is done. And now you're going to say, look at that pan, there are some burn marks there. What are we going to do? That is going to be a pain in the butt to clean. No, it is not. See how the pan is still hot? I'm going to show you a little trick to cleaning stainless steel that will change your life. We're going to do what's called a deglaze, which basically means I'm adding some water into that, and that is going to take all of that burn-on stuff off, and it's going to be much easier just to wipe it clean in the sink or even in the dishwasher. I've got my oven gloves on, and I'm going to take out this beautiful Bentons bacon right out of that bottom air fryer oven. So we have prepared all the ingredients for our Highfalutin Hillbilly BBLT, and we've got our Bentons bacon, and we've got our Tennessee tube steak, otherwise known as bologna or Bologna. We've got some fresh sliced Cherokee purple tomatoes. We've got some lettuce, some mayonnaise, some American cheese, and these beautiful homemade sub rolls from Leanne's Heritage Breads in Dandridge. You can order from her online, and she does ship. So I will have her information down in the description box, because she does sourdough rolls, she does cinnamon rolls, she does sourdough bread, she does artisan sourdough bread, and we're going to have an episode with Leanne coming up hopefully in the fall, where she shows us how she makes all of her rolls. So I'm going to go ahead and start to assemble one of these beautiful Highfalutin Hillbilly BBLT using our sow belly, our Bentons smoked sow belly, and our Tennessee tube steak. I am being a southern woman today. Alrighty. So I'm going to go ahead and actually just slice it all the way through, because this beautiful sub roll is going to get filled up with goodness. I've got our all-purpose spreader here. Use this thing every single day to spread something on something. Usually I use it for my toast and butter. Today we're using it for these sub rolls. Because what is a BBLT without a little mayo? And we're going to put a little bit of pepper on each side. Alrighty, let's go with the mater. We got some mater, fresh Cherokee purple mater that we grew in our garden. We don't grow them big, but we grow them good. And a piece of lettuce. I'm just going to kind of cut this in half with my fingers there. That will be plenty. So now, the stars of the show. We've got that beautiful hickory smoked Bentons Hickory, otherwise known as bacon, y'all. And I think I can fit 3 on this beauty. I kind of curled that bacon, isn't that pretty? And these are meant to be cut in half because those are some decent sized thick slices. Oh my goodness. Got some cheese. We're going with American because that's what we like on our BLT. And that's it, y'all. Just gotta put the top on it. Gotta put the top on it and it not fall over because it is a full sandwich. Full sandwich. Full. That is full. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I got one more to put together and then it's time for a taste test. Look at those beautiful Highfalutin Hillbilly BBLTs. Oh my goodness. Let's see if they taste as good as they look. Okay, y'all, you got to watch me make these sandwiches and put them together, and oh my goodness, do they look good. Take a look at the finished product, which I know you already saw as I was making it. But wow, do these look amazing. These look like high dollar sandwiches that you might get in a really nice restaurant instead of just here on the Little Old Ribs Ranch. So anyway, I'm gonna cut one open. First, let me just show it to you. I'm gonna show it to you. Look at that. It's delicious. I think it better be. Alright, so I'm gonna cut one down the middle here so that you can see what it looks like. Yum. Oh my goodness. You got that Bentons Hickory Smoked Bacon in there. You've got some wonderful pan-fried Tennessee tube steak. That's bologna. So in case you wondered. We've got the vine-ripened tomatoes, lettuce, mayo. Got a little bit of American cheese. That's what we prefer over here. So I'm going to take a bite. This one might require a hunch, so I don't know. We'll see. Oh, God. Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's the best BBLT I've ever had. It is a hillbilly BBLT. You cannot get better than Hickory Smoked Bentons Bacon. Thank you, Bentons, for the shirt. That was very kind of them to give me the shirt. And let's talk about Bentons for a minute. We took a trip over there in April when I did my National Brunch Month video. If you have not seen that, you might want to go back and see that because that was a really cool taste of the Appalachian Mountains and the Smokies, which is where we are here in Tennessee, and using some locally sourced ingredients that are made right here in our region. So fast forward, we had run out of our pork reserves In other words, we ran out of Bentons bacon and Bentons country ham, and so we had to take a trip up over there last week. So we took Emily, our daughter, and the baby boy, our grandson Malachi, and John, who is our family member, and we went back up over to Bentons, and Daryl and his daddy, who started the whole big King of Pork thing back in the 1970s, Alan Bennett, welcomed us back into their wonderful, they call it a hillbilly operation, and it is the most humble place. And I'm going to throw out pictures as I'm talking, because truly these people could have the most high-class, highfalutin facility to make their pork and their bacon, but they continue to do it the old way, and they are the kindest, nicest people on the face of the earth. So if you are within a few-hour drive from Benton Smoky Mountain Hams in Madisonville, Tennessee, you definitely need to go up there and see Daryl and Alan. Alan is the OG. He's the king of bacon, and we got to take a picture with all of them this time. It was really cool to have that, and Malachi even gave Mr. Allen a high five, so that was really cool. But if you live within a few hours of Bentons and Madisonville, you need to load up a cooler and get your hyenases up there and get you some bacon and some ham and put it in your freezer, because it is the only bacon that we like now. We are spoiled rotten when it comes to bacon, because Bentons truly is the best, and it is known throughout the world with top chefs as the best bacon. So thank you to the Bentons, Daryl, Alan. Y'all have been like, I feel like your family now. You've just truly been so kind to us, and never forget you. And we will be back for when our pork reserves run low again. But y'all, this sandwich, that is something special right there. So I hope you enjoyed this little hillbilly redneck version of me, Christy, who y'all know I'm from the north, but I wanted to kind of southernize this one up, or hillbilly redneck, whatever you want to call it. This hat is very special. This actually belonged to the Xavier Roberts, from the originator and creator of the Cabbage Patch Kids, and it is autographed on the inside, and he wore this in several photo shoots. But I thought I would wear it today because, hey, why not? It's a highfalutin hillbilly recipe. But this is part of my collection, and it was given to me by a very dear friend who was a collector as well. I hope that you enjoyed my rustling up this lovely grub. You know, all of the products, or most of the products I use, are Pampered Chef. I am a Pampered Chef consultant. If you have questions about anything, please leave a comment, or you can send me an email. I'll leave the email there below. The recipe for this, as well as the links to Bentons and Leanne's breads, which, oh my gosh, the rolls, y'all, the rolls. This is something special. But if you go and you are local, you can go to the Dandridge Farmers Market every Saturday and find Leanne and her breads there. Also at Martha's Market in Dandridge, which is a cute little store. And she has Leanne's breads throughout the week as well. Otherwise, you can go on and you can actually order her bread online, and she ships it to you fresh. So that's really very cool. Leanne is our son-in-law's mom. And so she's family, and we are excited to go to Leanne's home, where she has a cottage bakery, and she's going to show us how to do the sourdough thing. So I'm really excited about that. Hopefully that's coming up in the fall. We are working with her on a good date where she's going to be able to bake and kind of show a little bit more about the sourdough process. So I'm excited to head over to Leanne's and do that soon. But in the meantime, get you in the kitchen, cook you up something good, make you up a highfalutin hillbilly BBLT, because you got to have that BB, the bologna and the bacon, otherwise known as sow belly, hickory smoked sow belly, and Tennessee tube steak. I love you all. You have a wonderful week, and I can't wait to show you what's next here on the Ramsey Ranch. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. That helps me. Leave a comment. That helps me. Thumbs up, that helps me. And if you need something from Pampered Chef, check me out. My website is also below, and we will see you the next time. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.